Hello and welcome to the Lehigh Valley Food Podcast. Today we have Anthony from the Hummus House. I'm Riley and my co-host is Jacoby.
What's up?
Hello, my name is Anthony, co-owner of the Hummus House. This is a family business. I own it with my parents. We just moved from Allentown, 15th and Chew, and we moved up here to Bethlehem, East 3rd Street. And so far, we really like it over here. You know, we've had this business for 7 years. We moved
awesome.
here so we can make it expand even larger. So hopefully we'll be here for another 7 years as well.
Wow. So you said you started 7 years ago and you were originally in Allentown.
Yep.
What made you move to Bethlehem? Just the better.
Kind of, we wanted more foot traffic.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people that just hang out here and they come out here to eat. They come out here to drink. So we wanted to be a part of, you know, the crowd out here. We also had a large following from Bethlehem on our Facebook page. So
Makes
most of our
sense.
customers were traveling over to us. And a lot of them did come from Bethlehem. So it just made sense for us to come over here. And we didn't think that we were able to grow any larger than what we were at that corner in Allentown anymore. Because we were there for 7 years and we can't expand. Just staying
in a small space.
corner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's start. Where are you from? Where were you born? Where'd you grow up?
So I was born in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. I moved
Nice.
here when I was 14, 15 years old. Back in, I want to say around 2015. So I was born around 1991. I'm 30 now.
Happens.
Yeah.
Age happens, man. So why'd you guys move over here then? I mean, it's probably not your decision, but
Well, back then, my dad had a different business that his business partner was out here. So that encouraged him to move out here to make everything easier. And he wanted to give us a little bit more than what we had in New York. Because you can't get much for the money in New York than you can get out here.
yeah. I mean, you don't have to answer this one, but what was the business that he did? And
It was an audiovisual company.
okay,
Yeah.
Well, that's
All
cool.
so when did he decide to make the switch to
restaurants.
restauranteering?
Well, when they parted ways, my dad decided to do something different. And since my mom was a cook already, you know, and she already had a passion for cooking, he decided to open a restaurant. And at first, it just carried her items, you know, just the stuff she makes, the Mediterranean stuff. And then I kind of just created a sandwich menu.
That's cool. So it evolved.
Yeah.
So originally it was all mama's home cooking.
Yeah, with a few
That's beautiful.
with a few New York style
Yeah.
sandwiches because I needed something to do as
Gotcha.
well. So
So you got a little bit of influence of home and an influence of Brooklyn.
pretty much, yeah.
That's beautiful. That's awesome.
So they both went into business together, right? Your mom, your dad. Were you always a part of that, or
Yeah, since
Okay,
day
so-
one,
yeah.
I kind of left everything and started doing this.
do you ever go to school for anything culinary, or it's just
No,
It's just
honestly,
learned,
just watching my mom and watching Food Channel.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
learn by experience? Yeah, yeah happens.
I'm more of a hands-on,
Mhm.
just throw me into it kind of learner.
Yeah.
I don't do good with you know,
Yeah.
studying stuff. So
Yeah.
I'd rather just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of chefs that we've come across that are not classically trained, but have the, know-how and they just want to jump into it, and that's really cool.
Well, one thing that I have is I can just kind of taste things without actually tasting them. So that's why I was able to create the menu so quick. Because we were supposed to open, I believe, January of 2000 and it was 22, I think it says 16 or something like that. So I created my sandwich menu literally like 30 minutes before it was due.
That's impressive.
And it was a 50-50 chance whether the sandwiches would taste good or not. And they ended up all tasting pretty good.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
So you said that your mom is the whole start of this.
Well, yeah, so she makes all the hummus. She makes all the mac and cheeses that we've won awards for.
Oh,
Right.
She makes all the salads and stuff like that. So she's, the name Hummus House, if she didn't make the hummus.
so it's all
wouldn't
based on
have it.
mama.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Mac and cheese. That sounds good.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
won the Lehigh Valley Smackdown Award for 2018 and 19. Yeah, because 2020 was COVID, so they couldn't have one. But
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So speaking of COVID, how did you guys deal with COVID? Were you still
We
in transition from Allentown to
we
Bethlehem?
actually closed down for I think 2 months, 2 or 3 months. I'm not sure,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a pretty long time. And when we reopened, we just reopened without any dine-in, and we were basically just
Okay.
takeout only.
Yeah.
And we stayed that way until we moved up here, just because the space was so small over there. We couldn't
Yeah.
expect anyone to sit and be 6 feet apart
Yeah.
and
Understandable.
not feel awkward because it was a small space. So you just have 2 tables there and 2 tables there, and it's quiet.
Let me ask you this. Do you have any siblings?
Only child.
Only child.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So are we, I think. Yeah, all of us.
All of us?
Yeah. That's a side
Well,
note.
kind of only child.
Yeah, kind of. I have a half sister.
Does that count?
You were raised a solo child, so
yeah.
there you go.
So, yeah, there you go. Fine.
Do you think you have that like drive in you from the very beginning to just help out mom and dad and try to progress the restaurant and stuff?
Since day one, I would say that I was influenced just because it was our own thing, but I did have my troubles with it being a family business. It's very difficult to work with your family, but at the same time, it's also, it has its pros and cons.
Yeah.
So you can do a lot more stuff in a family business you can't really do in a corporate business because you are the boss.
Yeah.
So your rules are your rules. You don't have to follow anyone else's. And I had to kind of work my way up, I guess.
It's good. I mean, how else are you going to learn? It's, so what do you do exactly here? This
So
restaurant?
besides basically I took part of my dad's role now, where I kind of just take care of everything. I oversee everything. I I manage the people that I do have. We are hiring, by the way.
You hear that, folks? They're hiring.
So other than that, I'm making the sandwiches as well. Me and my cousin both make the sandwiches in the back, and then that's what we do all day. Because believe it or not, we get like 100 sandwiches a day or more.
I believe
it. Wow.
I believe it, though.
What is your
Most of
busiest
the
time,
things we
though?
sell is sandwiches, wraps, and then hummus is not even the most thing we sell. So the
like, but you
name,
do
the
serve
name
hummus.
doesn't really speak for anything. The busiest times, I would say anywhere between 12 to 2, and then it dies down a little
Yeah.
bit, and then it picks back up around 4:30 to close time.
Wow.
Yeah. It has been like that for a while. Since Allentown, it's been like that. But a lot of the restaurants here have that dead space. A lot of them close, or a lot of them just hang out.
Yeah.
You see a lot of, when did you move in? You said around Thanksgiving?
It was
to this new
Thanksgiving
space?
week, yeah. We opened up.
Have you seen, I assume there's going to be a lot of college kids. That's gonna be mainly your clientele?
We have seen them. They come more around 6 o'clock, like an hour or two before we close. But I haven't seen as many as I expected. I don't think it's time for them yet.
Yeah, you're right. Probably not.
They probably come out at night. The only thing open is El Jefe's.
You don't have
You're right.
Hummus
No
House
late night menu.
after hours.
We would love to if I can get a bigger staff.
Oh yeah.
If I can get a bigger staff, I can do a lot more things, like open my juice bar over here. I can open later. I can not close, 2 days a week.
You trying
Wait,
to keep
did
it
you
like
say
El
a juice
Jefe's?
bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna be
Wow.
a juice bar. It's gonna have protein shakes. Like you're gonna add protein to
that's fun.
anything. It's gonna be shakes, smoothies, and juices.
What else do you have other than sandwiches, hummus from Mama,
and
then the
cheese.
juice, mac and cheese and the juice bar.
Salads. We have a lot of homemade desserts. We do a lot of vegan desserts too, because vegan desserts aren't exactly healthy everywhere you go.
Yeah.
So my
No,
mom
it's not.
tries to make them as healthy as possible with
that's
better
great.
ingredients. We try to stay soy free, palm oil free, and stuff like that.
Wow.
So we're really we have a lot of hidden pros, you would say, that you would only find out once you come
Ooh.
in and ask around.
It's like a secret menu.
Yeah, not much of a secret menu, because we have a rotating menu. Like the mac and cheese rotates, a flavor of hummus rotates once in a while. The desserts always rotate. We're trying to come to certain flavors and recipes that we're going to stick to.
Yeah.
But customers are always asking or looking for what's new or what's next, because we've set that impression in that bar already. So
Oh. So do you end up customizing a lot of the orders, or is it kind of
I would say about 65 to 70% of them
Customized.
come as is.
Oh, okay,
And then
cool.
the rest, you have your no onion people, no tomato. Or
Yeah.
take this out and add that.
I'm one of those weirdos.
Sometimes Sadly, I am too, even though they piss me off.
But I mean, like sometimes you kind of just want some tomatoes. Sometimes you don't. Also, it's the
Yeah,
mood.
that's true.
Tomato mood.
It's just, when you work in the kitchen and you already know everything by heart and you already
Yeah.
have over 40, 50 items that you have memorized in your head.
That's incredible.
So when you're making everything,
It's automatic.
and then you're like, oh, it says no tomatoes. Now I have to remake it.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
It's a ball buster sometimes, but you got to get the order out before you get it,
So have you done any events? Because I know there was what are those events here?
you
can
mean
cut
like
that out.
on Main Street?
So yeah, have you done any events on Main
Like music
Street
fest,
or
anything
music
like
fest?
that?
We
Yeah.
haven't participated in anything just because also we have a small staff again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard to stay open and participate at the same time. And
Gotcha.
most of the time, the participation, the only thing it pays us is just recognition.
Yeah.
When we make that already just being here.
Yeah.
So we didn't see much of a point in it.
Yeah.
I mean, we would like to because, it's a way to get the word out even more than we are doing here.
Yeah.
It's good for marketing, but we just weren't able to.
But it's cool. It's like the Hummus House. It's not the usual scene over here. You got like a lot of bars. You've got like other burger joints. So this is great. This is something new. This is something different.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty unique because it doesn't really have a classification of what it is. It's not a restaurant, and at the same time, it's not fast food. So I don't know.
It's a restaurant.
I don't really
serves
look at
food.
it as one. Like I don't look at, sandwich places as restaurants because we're serving sandwiches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense now. Yeah.
You're not
There's
gonna
no
call.
server
You're
saying,
not actually
"Would you
gonna
table
call
for
like
two?"
Chipotle a restaurant.
No.
It's still a restaurant. Classified as restaurant. It's food.
Me, restaurants more like you're getting served. You know what I mean?
You're
You're
sitting
dining
down.
in with
This is more fast paced then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is something you would literally find in like Manhattan or something like that, just because
Yeah.
of the fact that you're coming in, you're grabbing something. It's not cheap, but it's not fast food, and you can actually leave just as fast.
Okay, so obviously this is a podcast. You guys can't see what's happening around here, but when you say that it's kind of like a little bit more fast paced and you can just kind of line up, get your order, and then go, the ambiance of this place is really cool. The walls are red, everything's black. It's really awesome looking.
Well, when I decided to in Allentown, when I decided to basically make a huge change to the whole restaurant, I decided to change the entire menu, the look and the feel. I just painted everything red.
Is that your favorite color?
Red's my favorite color.
Gotcha.
Everything I have is the same colors you see here. Red, I love red because it's very stimulating and it's very entertaining. You don't feel
bold.
very bored sitting in here. Everything matches, so that ambience makes you want to stick around.
Yeah.
Red also makes you hungry.
It does. The moment we all walked in, we're like, oh, it smells really good.
People
Yeah, I
who
think it's
painted
the
the
smell that got
place,
me.
the people who painted the place actually thought I was crazy at first, and then when they were done, they were like, "Wow, this looks really nice."
It does. It looks so well put together, and I love the TVs on the back for the menus. It's clear.
It's hard
so
to read
cute.
from here, but yeah,
It's cute. I mean, obviously up front.
you can always scan
Yeah.
the barcode and see the menu if you'd like. Our menu's online too, so.
Cool. Do you have any specials that you like or just favorite dishes or drinks?
So my star sandwich is going to be the chicken cheesesteak and the oh my gouda off the meat menu, and then when it comes to
Gouda.
yeah,
That's great. Love it
called
already.
it's called the OMG. On the vegan and vegetarian side, you definitely have to try the mac and cheese and the cheesesteaks we make as well, and definitely the Beyond Burgers.
Oh, so you do have the Beyond Burgers. That's interesting.
Yeah, we used to serve the Impossible as well, but when we
Okay.
decided to try to stay soy free, we
Yeah,
switched to
just
Beyond only. Yeah.
That's great.
So when you moved from Allentown to Bethlehem, did COVID play any factor in that, or did you have the plans prior to like 2020? Or did you
Yeah,
think maybe
actually,
this is like
they
the right time?
actually they did, because when we first got the place, we were supposed to be here in August, and basically due to the shortages and everything that was going on, it delayed us all the way till November.
Mhm.
So that kind of played a role in, delaying our expansion.
Yeah. Do you have any Did you ever see something that's like, I want to make a sandwich out of this?
I've always liked making sandwiches. Like when I lived in New York, that was the one thing I used to go get, was a bagel all the time. And my uncle he's really good at making them too.
Yeah.
So when he would get that fresh bread in New York, he would make sandwiches, and I guess he kind of inspired me in a way to make them. But I just kind of threw them out of my head.
Just slap it together. Like, this sounds like it'll be good.
Yeah, pretty
No one's
much.
complained. So, has there been any like sandwich that you had to get rid of, or just really was underperforming?
I wouldn't say any sandwiches that were underperforming. I had to get rid of sandwiches because nothing fit on those TV screens anymore. I couldn't fit any more items on the menu. It slowly became more of a book than a menu, and the time it consumed people to read it was taking a little too long.
Yeah, there's still some space there.
Yeah.
You could definitely
some
fit
more
like, you know,
sandwiches on
100,
there.
100 more.
I literally left those spaces there because I was leaving it just in case I wanted to add 2 more things. But
Well, then there you go.
the other ones, that's because that's the way the layout ended up being after all the text was inputted.
You could sneak a few more hummus and salads and sandwiches in there.
That's why we got
For
the
sure.
blackboard to add any new items on there.
That's right.
So, how often do you change out special items? Say like a new hummus, or it's like a once a month, once a week.
So hummus probably once a month. When it comes to everything else, such as the mac and cheese and desserts, those are probably weekly or bi-weekly.
As for ingredients and stuff, like where do you mainly get a bulk of your ingredients?
We do local shopping for everything, and then
That's great.
yeah, because the food trucks that deliver stuff, it was just a little more expensive.
Yeah, I get it. Is there any notable places that you grab stuff from, or just
Honestly, whoever has it, we just go and grab it because right now it's
true?
you can't even
yeah.
find
Yeah.
broccoli at certain
Yeah.
places right now.
Oh, do you guys use cream cheese by any chance? Because I heard there was a cream cheese shortage.
No, we don't.
Okay.
Look at that, unaffected, perfect.
Do you have any specialized items that you use that you can't find locally that you have to travel out and get?
Yeah, so some of my mom's ingredients that she uses to make her Mediterranean foods, she has
Yeah.
to get them from a place in New York that imports them from wherever the heck, not in America.
Now, do you have those delivered? Or do you make like a weekly trip to grab them? Or?
I think it's more of like a monthly or every
Monthly.
other month kind of thing that they go get it.
So they get in stock. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is your family's influence other than Mediterranean? Where specifically? What's your family's influence in food?
Like where they're from.
Yes.
So we're Syrian and they're from Damascus, I believe. Yeah.
Awesome.
I've never been there. I just
You were born
was
here.
born straight in New York.
Usually we do a game,
Oh, God.
and we didn't bring an item today, but usually slap down an item right here and tell you to make food out of it. But we don't have an item, so why don't we brainstorm what item it could be?
Okay, let's brainstorm. Tim,
What do
any
you think?
thoughts?
Sardines?
No, please.
No sardines?
No, we've done that. We can't do the same.
Oh, you're right. Okay,
Okay.
how about we do watermelon? Is
Yeah.
there an Asian watermelon?
What do you mean? Is there an Asian watermelon?
That's like the most opposite I can think.
Whoa.
They have Asian watermelons, do they not?
I don't know.
All right, we'll
You're
just say
asking me
regular
Asian, but I don't know.
Watermelon's grown in Asia.
standard seedless watermelon. How would you make a sandwich out of it?
Crap. Does it have to be like a zesty kind of sandwich?
You can add anything you want to it to make the sandwich.
Yeah.
You can or incorporate the watermelon. Like we've heard people add it on top as like a topping to an already existing dish, or
I can see how watermelon might taste okay, like on top of some sort of salad. But
Yeah.
I can't see it tasting good in a sandwich. The only thing watermelon kind of tastes good with is, oddly enough, like feta cheese.
yeah.
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 Yeah. Again,
Yeah.
salads in that realm.
Yeah, so I would probably throw it like on top of a Mediterranean salad with feta cheese. Just top it off with a little
Yeah, just
shake.
86 that
watermelon.
sandwich.
You don't do this. Okay, all right.
Well, I mean, you could also incorporate it in your smoothies and your drinks and all that.
Well, that's a given though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say that.
Yeah.
That'd be too easy.
Yeah.
A watermelon sauce reduction.
Well, yeah, you could
A
definitely blend
reduction
the
of
watermelon with
watermelons,
some with some hot sauce.
I don't know. I was thinking of dehydrating the melon. It's already like the watermelon, and it's already like full of water.
Can you do that?
I think if you
Yeah.
dehydrate the watermelon,
It
it won't
just
become
disintegrates.
anything.
It's nothing,
Yeah.
right? And it'll just become powder. And I'm like, you could just sprinkle it on there. It's like
Sprinkled
It's the
watermelon
weirdest
powder.
fucking thing. But
No, I think
you
I
know.
would just put that in the drinks then.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's nothing. I don't know what to do with sandwiches entirely. Yeah. It's more salads. Well, everyone, thank you for listening. And that is a wrap.
Yeah.
Or a sandwich wrap. I don't know.